What's up, everyone? We're back with another worst of the week. I've been a bit busy this week with sorting out a new job and just enjoying the sunshine. Finally we've got some sun. So yeah, we'll jump straight into it. Cheers. So first up are the chaps over at ESPN in America. Now, just to set the scene, a presenter, commentator, pundit, I don't know what Americans call them over there, but he was due to go cover a University of Virginia football game. I think it takes place in September. Now, probably as you know, Virginia is one of the hotbeds for these ludicrous demonstrations to bring down Confederate statues. And one of the men immortalized in various statues across America is the Confederate General Robert E. Lee. Now, this commentator who was due to go do whatever at the University of Virginia football game is named Robert Lee. He's of Korean or Chinese descent, something like that. Anyway, he was pulled from the game for fear of triggering crazy Marxists or for some other microaggression, or because he shared a name with a Confederate general. I mean, really, how stupid do they think people are? Nobody would have noticed these guys shared a name. And, the people that did would probably just have a chuckle at the coincidence and have thought nothing of it. But once again, the mainstream has drawn attention to an irrelevant occurrence and blown it out of all proportion. Just like they did with Charlottesville. It's not just making a mountain out of a molehill. It's pretty much, the full-blown Himalayas out of this molehill. Jesus Christ. Next up is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, I've been a fan of Arnie for years. A few years back, when I could actually be bothered to go to the gym, Arnie was one of my inspirations. I loved the way he looked. Loved the movie Pumping Iron. And just watching Arnie in that is incredible. I loved his cockiness, his arrogance, but also how he would help the other bodybuilders. He seemed like a genuine, champion. Now, think what you will about his career in politics, but he outdid himself this week by jumping aboard the anti-hate train and claiming there aren't two sides to hate and bigotry. Now, forget about the fiscal side of left-wing politics for a second and just look at the tens of millions of innocent people who have died under the hammer and sickle. It far outweighs those who died under Nazism. And I guess I expect nothing less from a former government of California. But come on, Arnie, use that brain and open a history book, man. At 5 is my least favourite Frenchman, Michel Barnier, who is concerned about Brexit progress and British ambiguity despite stonewalling pretty much every British demand, wanting continued EU jurisdiction in Britain, and just doing everything he can to make things difficult. This is probably quite offensive, but he should just do what comes natural to the French and surrender it. This could be a productive and amicable negotiation, and I know the EU globalists will want to try go down swinging as the EU inevitably collapses, but just maybe they could learn a thing or two over the next couple of years during these negotiations. Next up is everyone's favourite commies, Antifa. Now, at University of California, Berkeley, I'm not sure which one it is, the campus has often been the epicenter for deluded Marxist students and their cowardly professors to protest, often violently, against anyone who dares speak out against the postmodern narrative. And this week, Antifa were at it again, throwing bottles, firing off pepper spray, physically assaulting right-wing demonstrators, or even just innocent people who were standing around. Same as usual, really. But some great news on this side. A legacy media outlet actually called out Antifa for the first time ever, I think. And I bash legacy media all the time, but credit to the Washington Post for having some balls. Now, it seems crazy to applaud a news outlet for actually reporting the truth, but this is the situation we're in now. Also, shout out to Joe Scarborough at MSNBC, who also called out these guys. But I urge everyone, go online and watch the videos of Ansfer at UC Berkeley, or Berkeley, is Berkley, and just see if you want to be supporting these people. Now, the Washington Post and Joe Scarborough may have seen a tiny fraction of the light, but they appear to stand alone amongst the legacy media. CNN and The Independent continue to defend the left-wing violence or ignore it. Yeah, but a sign of light. At 5 is my least favourite Frenchman, Michel Barnier, who is concerned about Brexit progress and British ambiguity despite stonewalling pretty much every British demand, wanting continued EU jurisdiction in Britain, and just doing everything he can to make things difficult. This is probably quite offensive, but he should just do what comes natural to the French and surrender it. This could be a productive and amicable negotiation, and I know the EU globalists will want to try go down swinging as the EU inevitably collapses, but just maybe they could learn a thing or two over the next couple of years during these negotiations. So that's it for this week. Hopefully we get a couple of other good stories coming out over the next 7 days, so I'll see you next week. Cheers, bye.